I am a man. I have a heart. There is so much inside of me I must impart. There is someone that loves me. I can't imagine life without them being there. Oh yeah. So you can take my life in your hand. As though I'm not a common man. You may never ever show respect to me, but there's one thing I'm always respectfully. Just let me breathe. Let me breathe. Oh, that's a God-given right given to me. Just let me breathe. Just let me breathe. My life matters to my family, friends. I don't admit I walk in fear, never knowing if my end is drawing near. I tell my seed they must comply, but it seems that that's a game called do and die. So you can take my life in your hand. Oh no, treat me as though I'm not a common man. You may never ever show respect to me. There is one thing I'm on. Respectfully, just let me breathe. Just let me breathe. That's a God-given right. That's a God-given right. Given to me. Oh, if I die at the hands of somebody can I see? For my life matters to my family, friends, and me.
Hello, Louisville. Guess who's coming to dinner? Just Let Me Breathe. That song just has moved me. Welcome to Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. I mean, this week has been I've been so full of emotion, I'm all over the place. So I want you to bear with me because I want us to get some clarity. But you all need to find that song that I just played for you because it's on Facebook. It's trending. Just let me breathe. That's all we're saying. The brothers are asking, just let me breathe. But today I have a special guest, an encore performance by a guest that was previously on the show with me, and he is one of my dearest friends of all time. This is Attorney Jan Waddell. What's up, my brother?
I'm fine. How you doing?
Hey, look.
You had to put the middle name in there, right?
Yeah, I'm Janice a Dream. You know, most time people in Louisville call everybody by their first and middle name before everybody got a nickname. But Jan, I have you on today because I know you're going to be very candid with me and the audience. But let's talk about the verdict. What are you feeling about the verdict? Why it happened? All three charges guilty? Because to me, if you committed the crime, you're guilty of all three. So explain to us how that works and what happens now. I mean, he can appeal all of this, right?
He can't appeal until after he's sentenced. Excuse me. So he'll be in jail until the sentencing date anyway.
Right. Okay.
Unless he's allowed to get another bond. I don't know if he will or not. But I was surprised at the verdict, but it was a pleasant surprise because
absolutely, yeah,
the first time that I can remember in recent history where a police officer has been held accountable.
Right.
Especially to the magnitude that he is being held accountable with a conviction on all the charges.
Right.
Now, but what was even more surprising than the verdict was that was the collapse of the blue wall.
Oh, yeah, that was different.
Against him, saying that we're not all like this,
right?
And that is true. I've practiced criminal law for 43 years, and you have good cops and you have bad cops.
Right.
Sometimes they're the same cop on a different day, in a different time, in a different neighborhood, and you have to be aware of that.
Right.
But like I like to remind people that in Louisville and in any other city that you go to, police officers protect us from our own human nature. If you get a crowd of people together, what do? They start destroying stuff, don't they? They kill somebody. There's a mob mentality, worse than wild dogs. I mean, and so I don't say we defund the police. I say we retrain the police because overall, most cops are good people.
Well, Jan, but you say retrain the police. Police they came about because they were slave catchers. Come on now. Well, how are we gonna retrain them? We got the Klan embedded in our police department. Don't you think so?
Well, I know so. I mean, in Louisville, they used to recruit Klan membership in the police headquarters, and the police chief went along with it, saying that was their right to free speech. But Janice, what is the answer then? Do you not have any police?
No, I didn't say defund the police, but I'm just thinking. Okay, let me give you an example. The new police chief out in Compton, California, she became a black woman. She became the chief of police for Compton. She fired everybody, and everybody had to reapply. So that meant they got background checks again. They got drug tested again. All those Facebook posts, how it turned out, in order to get jobs nowadays, they look at your Facebook posts and your tweets, and they can go back and see you just who you are, kind of, sort of. And she did that, and she organized her police department under that premise because people have been on the job here for years and years. When's the last time they've been drug tested? When's the last time that they've been a background check for drunk driving, for domestic violence, for anything like that? They're still on the force and running around committing crimes, and we don't know it.
Well, I'm sure that's one good way to look at it, and there's other ways to look at it. There's not one hard and fast way, I believe, that we can devise to determine who's going to be a good cop or who's going to be a bad cop.
Right.
All we can do is train people in the way that we believe they should go in order to make them not only better people, but better cops. Or maybe not only better cops, but better people.
Yeah, it's got to be better. We got to change their hearts in order to change their minds.
I had a discussion with a group of preachers this morning. We had a breakfast. And this is the first time I was invited to the meeting. And I had to let them know that back in, I guess, 1974, I was the first black man probation parole officer in Kentucky.
Okay.
And I had to go through police training because I was a cop, see?
Okay.
And to hear the way they would talk about people as criminals, suspects as criminals, they would refer to, and they would try to the training officer would dehumanize dehumanize the suspect or the criminal.
Dehumanize them.
Dehumanize.
Right.
They would refer to them as roaches.
What?
Yes, they refer to them as roaches, and which sent the message to the trainees that you could step on them, you could kill them, it wasn't nothing going to happen to you. But the other thing that referring to them as roaches meant is they were black or brown.
Okay.
And so
Wow.
what? And I suggested that these people who have been appointed, these preachers have been appointed as kind of overseers of the police, and they had the little police scanners with them and everything. I said, I said, first thing I need to go straight to the top. See what they're doing, what they're telling the police officers every morning when they have the meeting before they go on duty.
Right.
They have a meeting. Tell you this criminal we're looking for, this guy was warrant out on this person beat up his wife. I want y'all to find that person. See, I know They do this because I've had lawsuits against the police where they sent out death squads to kill a man, and they did kill a man that day. So what we need to do is, I suggest to them, is make a have a video of the meetings in the morning, so you know where they're coming from. Make them accountable at every step of the process.
Okay.
So some of them thought that was a good idea. Some of them said, "Well, I don't need a video. I'm going to be watching them." Well, see, you watching them is not enough.
Yeah.
If the Nella hadn't taken the video of shoving on George Floyd's neck, we never would have had the civil rights movement that we have right now. And
right. Exactly.
I didn't say civil rights. I said civil rights movement. What I meant to say is the civil rights revolution that is going on right now.
Okay.
That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
I'm
right.
It is a revolution. I'm so proud of these kids. I swear I'm so proud of these kids because, when we were children, when we were marching, you remember this in Louisville,
yes.
We would have, but it'd be, 10, 15, 20 of us.
Right.
And we opened some doors and we made our mark. But then, the people who get significant gains in jobs and privileges, they let it go. We let the future generation down is what we did. And now that future generation, they've heard about us, heard what we did, heard about Martin Luther King, got a holiday, and now they're on their own, and they're doing a lot better than we did.
Yeah, they are making some things happen. They truly are making some things happen. But I was looking at this trial because I'm telling you, I was literally sitting holding my breath because I felt like if it went the other way, that this whole country would be up in flames.
Well, let's look at it realistically.
That wasn't realistic?
If the police wanted to quell a riot or a protest, they can do it with guns. They can do it with ammunition. Mm-hmm. They can stop any kind of assembly that they really want to stop. But we do live in a nation that says that we're free, says we can say what we want to say and do what we want to do, enjoy life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
But that wasn't meant for us.
Well, see, it was meant for us. See.
Okay.
Remember who wrote it now.
You got a whole new take on this, don't you?
Well, you got to remember who wrote that. Those words.
Right, I do remember.
Thomas Jefferson.
Right.
And so, don't you believe he meant for his 5 black children to have the same privileges?
I'm not sure. I wouldn't say so.
Well, he put it in there for a reason, didn't he?
Well, maybe that was the reason. I never thought about it like that.
His descendants are enjoying the benefit of those words that he wrote.
Okay.
And we all are. I mean,
if he hadn't written those words, we would have a chance in heck.
Right.
In Hades.
The Constitution is something that is fluid, and we can change the Constitution with enough political will, But the thing that we have to remember at all times is that the Constitution is not perfect, but it's the best document in the world as far as I'm concerned. This is what I live by. This is what I'm sworn to uphold, and I take it very seriously.
Okay.
And I believe that as we pursue the perfection of what those words mean in our lives and for people around the world, that when we get there, it will be a better world and it will be a better United States of America.
Right.
And you can see, I mean, you can feel the change in there. Couldn't you? You can feel it all week, couldn't you?
Oh,
you said
definitely. When after that happened, I could feel the change. Well, I could feel the change since we changed administrations.
Oh yeah. Oh, whatever.
Then I really was able to exhale. That was the true exhaling right there, because otherwise,
bad boy, ain't he?
Huh?
He's a bad man, ain't he?
Who?
Biden.
Oh yeah, he ain't no joke now.
No,
but we gonna have to be. Everybody needs to be on the same page with him, though. Why is that not happening?
He's getting there. He hadn't given up on bipartisan cooperation passing what's good for this country. You got a few stragglers out there, well, more than a few, but they are so scared of being destroyed by Trump. They don't care that they are losing their souls. They don't care.
No, they don't care.
Yeah.
How can you? I keep my analogy was the Pied Piper, and all I was trying to say is, didn't they read this story about the Pied Piper that all the rats died? What did you know? So I'm saying, why would you follow somebody to lead you to your death?
And they did that, but they actually did that with the Corona crisis, the pandemic. I've known people down at the courthouse who were refusing to wear a mask, just like a lot of people seen on TV. Mm-hmm. They followed Trump to the graves. I couldn't believe they were doing it, and I said, "No, he knows he's wrong by not telling people to wear a mask. Mm-hmm. He knows he's wrong by telling people to come on to this political assembly that we're going to have." Mm-hmm. He knew that was going to kill people, and they knew it was going to kill people, and they went anyway.
Right.
Absolutely amazing.
Right. But that's just like they followed him. I'm going to go back to the trial. Then we've got those other 3 police officers whose trial is coming up, that they followed Chauvin. So what happens with them now, Jan? Do they go, all of them are probably looking for a plea deal, aren't they?
I don't think they're going to give him a plea deal. They're going to give him a fair trial.
I would say a fair trial, but not a plea deal. I think they're past the point of the plea deal.
I don't think they're going to give him a plea deal. I think they want to show the world and show Americans and show other police officers how to conduct themselves. This is a tremendous learning lesson for the whole country.
Right.
And what you have to understand that, this is what having a public trial is all about.
Right.
They've shown the world that this is the way police officers are not supposed to act. Right. And we're not going to condone it anymore. We're not going to sweep it under the rug. We're not going to have it. And this is the most significant trial that we've seen, in our lifetimes, really. And let me say this, because I've got to say it, because I always say it. Because when you go, everything for me goes back to 1955, back to Emmett Till.
Okay.
And how many times did they mention Emmett Till this week?
Yeah. It's like,
I was like, wow.
We what?
I said, it cracked me up every time everybody gave a speech mentioned Emmett Till,
right?
The son of the criminal of the Civil Rights Revolution, and now we got a more recent son, George Floyd. These people didn't ask to die; they didn't ask to be martyrs, but they are.
Yeah,
and it's changed the world. I mean, this Black Lives Matter movement swept all around the world. And it wasn't just because it's Black lives, it's because of the protests around the world against police brutality
and oppression. People feeling that they've been oppressed by government.
Well, the people who do that oppression are the police.
Are the police.
That's
exactly.
The first stop in the courthouse is made by someone who's accused of a crime, and by and large, these are white officers accusing black people of a crime, and usually it's a black man.
Right. More than not.
Yes, more than not. Mm-hmm. And it's time to put an end to it. And we don't expect it to end overnight, but we must strive to uphold the ideals that are contained in the United States Constitution. And if everybody gets on board, we will enjoy the civil rights that were envisioned in that document.
So, do you think with our new police chief that there's going to be some changes made?
Well, sure. I mean, if you
sound so positive, I can't believe this is. I'm saying, did I reach the right numbers? This Jan.
I have to be positive. I mean, I'm sworn to uphold the Constitution. If I don't do everything I can to protect somebody's civil rights, then I'm not doing my part.
Exactly.
You have to understand that people are out here marching and giving speeches and telling people we need this and we need that. But I consider myself a worker.
I told you you're an essential. You're a frontline essential worker.
Yeah, well, but I have to be, because if you look at it, I'm like the only black lawyer in the courthouse who practices criminal law. There's a few that come in and out, but for 43 years, this is what I've done as my primary vocation, and I enjoy some success. In fact, this we're in the 32nd year of the.
I told you about taking them pills. You need to take some of them pills. Come on.
It's the 32nd anniversary of the trial of the Frankfurt Five in Frankfurt, Kentucky, when when the 5 black kids were accused of raping a white police officer's daughter. And nobody would. I mean, think about that. 5 kids accused of gang raping a white woman who is the daughter of a police officer. And we walked them, and we got them off, and everybody was surprised then. But just this week, I got a call from a woman in Frankfurt, Kentucky, and you gonna see this is what's getting ready to happen. Who complained to me that her son, who likes white women, is accused of he's been charged with 6 counts of rape on 5 different white women. I said, well, wait a minute, how is it that you get 6 counts of rape on 5 women? He said, well, one of them was his girlfriend for 2 years. She said he raped her twice. What this is the aftermath of what we've seen recently with Bill Cosby.
Okay.
And Barbara Weinstein. Where women come up and say, well, he raped me 4 years ago. This kid is accused of raping 5 women in 2017. It's 2021 now. So they didn't come forward for 4 years? Who bought them out of the woodwork? How did this come about? But I think it's because of Trump. See, the 4 years of this administration, we got people saying, well, we can do this racist, we can do that, that's racist. And never underestimate the power of racism. Don't do that, because if you do, you'll be caught off guard.
Right.
So this kid's got these 6 rape charges against him, and he's looking at doing like 80 years in the penitentiary. Actually, more than that.
Almost sounds like Thomas Paine all over again.
Well,
and that's a different story. I know. I won't go there. I leave that one alone.
Thomas Paine's trial is the only rape trial I ever lost.
Okay.
Of course,
Okay.
they called him in the act, but
Oh Lord, have mercy. You was such
don't
a
get me
mess.
started on that fool.
Okay.
'Cause he's. I mean, just real crazy.
Okay.
You know.
So the three officers that are now getting ready to be held complicit in all of this. And I
Yes,
think they should be held complicit because
I believe they should too.
how do you let somebody convince you or put you in a situation that you know is wrong and you're getting ready to lose your pension because you're trying to follow his lead? How much sense does that make?
But James, he didn't tell them what to do. He didn't
I
say
know
a
he didn't.
word.
I know it, but they just their allegiance was that tough that nobody said, man.
The mindset, the mindset that we can kill this roach
Mm-hmm.
and ain't nobody gonna do nothing to us. We're
Yeah.
not gonna be held accountable. We have immunity. We have qualified immunity, and we're not held personally responsible. No, we can kill anybody we want. We have a license to kill.
They have a license to kill. That's what qualified immunity is to me.
It
You
is,
know.
yes.
Now they got rid of it in New York, Jan. So how can they do that so easily in New York and we can't get rid of it in other places all over across the country?
Anybody can get rid of it, but see, you have, you still have a segment of this of our society that says that the Derek Chauvin was railroaded. They don't want to believe that this man was guilty.
And they
They,
said, oh, he did exactly what he was trained to do. And naturally, my response at that point was to kill a black man. That's what he was trained to do, is
but
to
see,
kill a black man.
yeah, but see, nobody can say that they were trained to do anything like that.
No,
No,
nobody.
that's a lie. You know,
Everybody came up and said that they weren't trained to do that.
right? But see, you have to do not underestimate the power of racism. They
Okay.
think they believe they can justify anything. You look at these people in the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
Black people in Georgia saved this whole country.
Save the whole country.
We
Yes,
saved the whole
sir.
country.
Yes, sir.
I was talking to somebody in Georgia in the criminal justice system a couple of weeks ago, and I
Mm-hmm.
said before I got the phone, I said, "Hey, by the way," I said, "Thanks for saving the country." Okay.
Yeah.
She said, "And we did too, didn't we?"
Oh, they did.
I
They
said, "Yes, we
definitely
did."
did.
You know, all the changes, all the good things that Biden is proposing to do and has done would not have been done
Right.
because these fools think that because Trump is the most racist president that we've ever had, that he's doing the right thing. And they willing to die for him. They willing to kill for him. I mean,
Right.
they broke into
The
the
Capitol.
halls of Congress. I mean,
Right.
think about that.
Right.
I mean, that was just unbelievable. And they
Right.
act like it's okay.
Like it was their prerogative.
And by the way, where's Pence at? How come Pence has not done an interview? He hadn't said a word.
Pence had to get a pacemaker.
No. He needs to open his mouth and apologize for all that bullshit he gave us for the last 4 years.
No, he's not going to do
He's
that, Jan.
kissing Trump's butt, and tell us what's for real.
Right.
They tried to kill him. How crazy
Yeah.
was that?
That was crazy, and it just doesn't seem to have filtered through that that's what they were trying to do. Even though he could hear them yelling out his name, "Where is Mike Pence? Where is Mike Pence?"
It has filtered through to them. They know what the deal is. They just don't care. They think that because they're racist and that this past administration is racist, and they liked it. They thought that this is what's going to make America great again. That was
This
racist
was
in and of
getting ready
itself.
to put them back in control, back in power or something. They was getting ready to take over.
And do what?
I don't know what they thought they was getting ready to do, but that wasn't happening.
They wrecked this country. They almost wrecked this country.
Oh
And this
yeah,
pandemic.
they've fractured our democracy for sure. It's
Well,
fractured.
but that Constitution is strong, isn't it?
Yeah, the
and
Constitution,
and
pretty
we and,
strong chance.
it's going to revive the society. It's going to revive our way of life because there's more people who believe in the Constitution that don't.
Then don't. Okay.
That's
All
right.
right. I hear you.
And,
Well,
and,
I just
and
wanted to get your take on what's been going on and where do you see us going from here? Think things are getting better? Are gonna get better? Laws are gonna change? What?
I believe both of those, all of that, because
Okay.
that's what I'm about that. I'm
Okay.
about change, and I don't give up. And I know that there's hundreds of thousands of people out here now that think just like I do, and they're not going to give up.
Right.
All these people that took to the streets for George Floyd,
Right.
I I was looking at them
They're
night
still
after.
taking to the streets. They still taking to the
Yeah, but,
streets.
but I'm talking about when you first saw it. It was just I was stunned. I was amazed. I had tears in my eyes every night.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe I was like, wow. I said, hey, our kids have taken over and they're gonna do a hell of a job. And it's going through every phase of our society right now. I'm talking about, not just the entertainment industry, but just everybody's looking for equal rights. Equal rights for
Right.
women, equal rights, but see, what we don't have, and remember I'm saying this now, we don't have enough black lawyers in the courthouse trying cases, watching how the police discriminate against black people every day on day in, day out basis, how the white prosecutors, you don't have any, in Jefferson County, Kentucky, we don't have any black prosecutors, period. None. We have to rely on what white people want to do to you when you're accused of a crime by a white cop, and then you go in there in front of a white judge.
Right.
There are literally, and people don't, they find it hard to believe. There are more black judges in Jefferson County than there are black defense lawyers.
Wow.
We have. Let me see, 1, 2. I think
You said
6.
we had about six black judges.
6 black judges,
Okay.
four female, and no, 7. Four female and 3 black.
Okay.
3 are male.
3 men.
And,
Okay.
you don't have the firepower out there on the streets saying, I'm going to protect you. I'm going to protect your rights. I'm going to go to the wall for you, and I'm going to make sure that you have a fair trial.
Right.
I like to refer to a case where they literally locked me up at the end of the trial of a black man who was accused of raping a white woman.
Okay.
And I put on a show that day. I did all kind of stuff for 3 days until they. I mean,
Sure you did.
you know the story. You know the story.
Yes.
But the main thing was I was trying to get locked up so that we could have a mistrial, so I could do one test that they knew about
That they hadn't done.
that they hadn't. I thought they hadn't done. And that would prove my guy not guilty, and we wouldn't have had to have the trial at all. And then during the trial, I found out that they had done the test, and they knew that my guy was not guilty. They knew it 100%, and I went off.
You showed out.
I mean, well, if you call slapping the prosecutor and cussing the judge out in front of the jury going off, I think that would qualify.
But you think?
You think? But the thing about it, there was one black guy on the jury, and I had to trick the court into getting him on the jury. And of course, we had some help from God because there is a lottery, and at the end of it, he got on the jury, and he had 2 Super Bowl rings. And his name, I can't think of Dwayne's last name, but he's from Bowling Green, Kentucky. He played football at the University of Louisville. And
Jack, you know who he's talking about?
He's All-American from Pittsburgh.
But he played at Louisville.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll think of his name in a minute. Okay. But at the end of the trial, he told me you didn't have to do all that, and I told him, I said, well, I didn't know where to get off because I didn't know what was enough to get
Right.
my man off, and I knew my guy was not guilty, and I did some over the top stuff, but the jury came back and said not guilty. But the most important thing I believe about that trial is this guy who was he wound up being the foreman of the jury, and now he's a judge in Pittsburgh, Allegheny County.
Oh, really?
And when I tell that story, I like to say, I wonder where he got that idea. what made him become? Is it Dwayne Woodruff? Woodruff is his name. Woodruff. Dwayne
Okay.
Woodruff.
Okay.
Yeah. All-American from Pittsburgh Steel. He had 2 Super Bowl rings on it when he was on the jury. Everybody's marveling at Super Bowl rings. Y'all looking at Super Bowl rings while they're trying to railroad a black man to the penitentiary for 100 years.
Yeah.
But I got their attention.
No, you got their attention.
But see, that's what we need. We need more black lawyers in the courthouse.
Right. Right.
That way you have more.
That's
people.
unfathomable that there's, I mean, on an everyday basis, it's basically you. Like you said, there's some that come in and out. I know that there's just a couple more, but that are not practicing on a daily basis.
Well, the reason of it is because of racism. The average black person who's accused of a crime thinks they're gonna get a better deal if they have a white lawyer. But then when you get a person who is not guilty of a crime, then they look for the black lawyer. And that's why I get so many people who are not guilty. And
Right.
you know, they kind of make a joke of it at the courthouse. Jan, you don't have nothing but innocent people all the time. I said, well, that's the way God intended it. See, that's my lot in life. And the hardest thing to do is in criminal defense is to represent somebody that's not guilty. You can anybody can plead somebody guilty,
Right?
You know, but to have a trial, you know, we talking about being a trial lawyer. And then you're talking about going there and taking any deal that a white prosecutor wants to give you.
Right.
You know, you have to stick out your territory and say, you know, this is the buck stops here. And we need more black lawyers to make these police accountable, to make the criminal justice system accountable. And that's what I'm preaching on, you know, all the time now. Except, let me tell you one thing we're doing here too, and starting tomorrow. You know Clay Calloway,
right?
Yeah, he has a show on
Saturdays.
On Saturday at 10 a.m.
Right.
I've been on there a few times.
Okay.
And tomorrow, and this is something that you can do the same thing. In fact, everybody should do this. We need a list from everyone who knows of a friend or family member who was killed by the police under suspicious circumstances that they never got any justice. Let's just make a list. Okay. Let's see how many people went unaccounted for, who did not receive justice.
Right.
You know, if you look at the museum in, was it Birmingham with Montgomery? Is it Montgomery or Birmingham?
Where they've been hung, where they got the memorial.
The lynching museum.
Right.
You know, but the crimes the police have committed, they have not received any public scrutiny. Mm-hmm. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's got to be in the hundreds of thousands.
Right. Right.
Yeah. It has to be. And see, this is the reason the problem got as bad as it was, that we saw Chauvin do on George Floyd. It's been going on so long with nobody saying anything.
They thought they could continue to do the same thing.
The look on his face told it all.
Yeah.
The look on the cops that were protecting him from the crowd showed it all. And and they had the audacity to say, well, he had to do what he was doing because the crowd was distracting him. What are you talking about? The crowd was distracting him because he was killing a man?
Right.
And
they were trying to distract him so he would keep from killing him.
Yeah, they were supposed to. The cops, and they was kneeling on George Floyd too. At one point.
They were kneeling. Yes, all the way down his back and his legs.
Does that make you think that they were trying to kill him?
Yes.
It makes me think it. I mean, how can you? The man's on his back with his hands behind his, and y'all just—it's unbelievable.
Yep. Yep.
And they act like they couldn't see that.
It's inhumane treatment. Period. That's all it is. Well, I just want to say one thing. You know, it's always I love to talk to you because you surprise me all the time.
What did I do
You know.
today?
No, you was pretty good today. I had to give it to you. You know, but I mean, Jan, because see, I look at you in a way that knowing that we are friends, but I think you are brilliant. You know, I think you have.
I appreciate that, and you know, people keep on saying that, and let me say this because I don't, you know, I know my limitations.
Okay.
But here's where I look at myself as being a worker, because somebody needs to be in the courthouse doing the work that all the politicians and all the activists are preaching about.
Right.
If we have all chiefs and no Indians, nothing gets done.
Jack, look, he said Indians. Jack keeps saying you keep saying Indians, Janice. They got to be Native Americans. I said, but listen, I'm saying that about the whole city. We got a whole bunch of chiefs in this city.
Yeah.
We got a whole bunch of chiefs, and nobody wants to be an Indian. But in order to be a good chief, you got to know how to be an Indian.
What about Indians?
Look, that's what I said before.
I'm even worse, huh? Okay, I'll say what? What are we gonna call it? What I mean, how should we? Jack, how should we say it?
All chiefs and no Indians. As a analysis or
no, Jack's probably right. We should say it a different way. But
okay.
Give me a different way to say it. I'll try it. You know,
we've got all captains and no lieutenants.
No, those are officers.
Well,
all generals and no privates.
Okay, let's go there. All generals and no privates. Okay,
because general ain't going out there and get his stuff killed. He gonna send
he's gonna send somebody.
Yeah. And that's what and that is what we do, but we don't have enough people out here working to make sure that our rights are protected.
Right.
And
we've got to get away from trying to dodge being jurors.
But being the what?
Jurors.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah.
We want to stop dodging jury duty.
And I've seen it.
Huh?
I've seen it. And
well, we need to just stop dodging doing our civic duty as being on a jury, because it takes 1 or 2 people that could actually save somebody's life. So we need to put that one away, because that somebody might be somebody related to you or somebody that you know from back in the day, but just trying to say, man, I'm not doing no jury duty. We got to get away from that. They're the things that, that we kind of pushed off to the side. We need to pull to the forefront. I said, we got to come out of our houses in order to help our kids. We can't stand behind the door and say, Lord, these kids just losing their mind. Unless you come out and say, man, what's wrong? Tell me what's happening.
What you're saying is so true. It really is. And we take it for granted that someone else is going to do it.
No one else is going to do it. No one else is going to do it.
I don't have to do my part because somebody else is going to do it. And so we all need to do our parts.
Right. Exactly.
Whether you chiefs or
I just think all the generals need to have a come to Jesus meeting and just decide this is what we need to do for the benefit and sake of our own communities. We need to do some work in our own communities.
And I say this, I say it again. In order to correct our judicial system, we're going to have more black lawyers participating in the defense of black people who are accused of crime.
Okay. So everybody, listen, if your child's going to school, Jan said they need to be lawyers because we don't have enough.
That's right.
Especially in this city.
Now, I have proposed a curriculum for Simmons College.
Simmons, okay. All right. Yeah. Go ahead.
I've outlined it and presented it to them. It's called Hall of Justice 101. and Hall of Justice 102.
Go ahead. Go ahead. All right.
And the proposal is to have not only to tell people how to act when they're arrested, when they're accused of a crime, but how to act and how to treat each other in domestic violence situations.
Right.
What to expect when you're accused of a theft, or if you're riding around with somebody that's got marijuana in the car. You know, what to expect from the judicial system and how to keep your record clean. But also in the curriculum, it invites, you know, judges to come in and give speeches, other lawyers to come in and give speeches, prosecutors to come in and give speeches. And I think this is something that I believe would encourage our young children to take an interest in the judicial system and seek careers other than as a judge, but as someone who is going to be at the front lines to protect the rights of the human rights of people who come in first contact with our criminal justice system.
Right. All right. Well, I'm gonna tell you, you always serve it up straight, no chaser. You know, and I appreciate you.
Clay Calloway is texting me now on the screen here to remind me what we got to be on. We got to be on the radio at 10 o'clock in the morning. This is a good one. I said, yeah, because we want, you know, just think, how many people do you know who've been killed by the police?
I don't know a lot that have been killed, but not in Louisville. I know a lot that happened when I lived in Las Vegas. Same thing, same difference.
Right. But see, we're talking about Louisville, Las Vegas. Right. How many other metropolitan areas have we got? How many small towns have we got? You know,
plenty. Yeah.
Let's compile a list and have people. You know, I mean, you can do this on Facebook, right?
Right.
Where people come in with their story of Mud. My client's last name is Daryl Mudd's brother. I can't think of his name. I had him in a trial. I still can't. And they, the black cops lied on him. I couldn't believe it. Well, you know, yeah, they did. I mean, and the white people went along with it. Even they knew it was lying. Went along with it anyway.
That's crazy. Listen, this is what I want to say, because I got another piece of this show that I don't want to lose my whole audience. And I know that they have appreciated listening to what you had to say, because we have to take in account what you say, because like you say, you are sworn to uphold the Constitution of the United States of America, you know.
And I will do it to the day I die.
Okay. All right. But I want to take my hat off to you for being an essential worker and being my friend and always stepping up and sharing with us your wisdom. And how many years you been a lawyer?
43 years.
Wow. You go, Jan. I'm excited about that. What is it? That 101 justice is it criminal justice 101?
No, Hall of Justice. Everywhere you go, the criminal justice system has a place for the first contact with the criminal justice system. They're all called Hall of Justice.
Right. Okay.
Every one of them are.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, there's a Hall of Justice in every metropolitan area, in all small cities, all around. You know, I go to all these counties, different counties, practicing law in Kentucky.
Right.
Every one I've gone to has a Hall of Justice.
Okay. All right. I hear you.
But that's not what they're giving black people. They're not giving. It should be Hall of Justice for white people. You know, because they should not give it to the black people anywhere you go. Black people are brown people.
Right. Right.
And we got a lot. I mean, if you think about it, you know, if we got 13% black people and 13% Mexican people and other nationalities in the United States, you know, but black people are making up 70% of the people who are arrested
in the prison system. Right, there's something's wrong with that picture.
Yeah, we know something's wrong with that, but nobody's there to do anything. Nobody's there to say anything. There's nobody there to
stand up to fight that.
To tap the consciousness of the people who are, you know, prosecuting these people.
Right. Right.
Oh, wait a minute.
Jan. What?
They just set a trial date for the guy in the Breonna Taylor shooting today.
And they postponed it, didn't they?
Yeah, but boy, that shit worked against him, didn't it? He's just shooting the place up. See, again, that was a cover-up for the murder of Breonna Taylor.
Right. Absolutely.
See, Cosgrove killed that woman, shot her 5 times, and then he shot all around the apartment to make it look like it wasn't murder. There's no way he had to shoot his gun 16 times to hit her five times when she's standing only 10 feet away from him. Wow. There's no way.
Wow.
That's absolutely murder. And my grandson, God bless him, Sean Ali Waddell, told everybody that Daniel Cameron was on the wrong
side of justice. I heard
on the wrong side of history, brother. And this week he made those words prophetic, didn't it?
Yeah, actually,
because history now is changed, and we're gonna prosecute police who murder black people, and that's the way it is.
That's the way it is. I love you, my brother.
Love you too.
You
Jack,
take care
you in line. Watch it.
Yeah.
I ain't thinking about neither one of y'all. All right, sweetie. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, take care now.
All right, dog. Bye-bye. Wow. Jan Russell Waddell. I mean, man, we do need more lawyers. I mean, we need more than we have. He said more lawyers, more prosecutors. Said we've got a few judges in Louisville, but more lawyers, more prosecutors. We just need more. So I just want to tell people, if your children are going off to school and they want to be lawyers, that's a really good profession. If they want to be in Louisville, Kentucky, that it seems like there's plenty of room for them, And I know they probably could really thrive off of the mentorship of someone like Jan Waddell. And just remember, if you've got a son in jail, call Jan Waddell. He makes that clear. So on that note, I'm going to finish up this evening with the song that Just Let Me Breathe. I'm still taken by the song. So it's dinner time. Bon appetit. Guess who's coming to dinner? I'll see you shortly.
Please let me breathe. I'm a human being, and I just like you. Let me breathe. Let me breathe. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. I am a human being, and I've got a right to live. And I got a right to breathe. I'm still a human being. Still a human being. Let me live. I've got a right to live. Let me breathe. Oh, let me breathe. I have the right to live. 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 So now say, let me breathe. Let me breathe. You can't take my rights away. You can't take my rights. Not today or the day. No, not today. I have the right to live. Say the name. I have the right. George Floyd. Every corner. Today we are. We are the fuck they have the right to live. So say the name, yeah. Say it, please let me breathe. Please let me breathe. I want the sky. Let me breathe. That's a God-given right given to me. So if I die at the hands of one carelessly, my life matters to my family, friends, and me. Everybody. Oh, my life matters to my family, friends, and me. Oh, my life matters to my family, friends. To my family, friends, and me. Oh, my life matters to family, friends, and me.
Just let us breathe. See you on Monday.